For the average UFC fight fan, what makes this card so intriguing? Because it seems like it's pretty stacked, but I mean, just the guys who don't know this and that, what would you say about this card?
Well, it's just that they have so many guys fighting with title implications in every weight division. There are over 9 guys ranked in the top 5 in their division fighting this weekend. That's very rare nowadays because there are so many cards. They really stacked this one. I mean, and more than anything, I think that's what sticks out. Just the fact that every fight is competitive, high-level guys with title implications in almost every fight.
I want to ask you a little bit about Rousey's cover of Sports Illustrated this week. What is she doing for the actual, for you, for this guy over here, I mean for everybody in the UFC?
She's bringing awareness. She's raising awareness on for everyone. I mean, she's not only in magazines like we're used to, you know, UFC magazine, Tap Out magazine, all these fight magazines. She's on Sports Illustrated. I think she may have been the first MMA personality to be on the Howard Stern show. You know, she's on Real Sports with Brian Gumbel. So I think Ronda's raising awareness. She's bringing MMA more into the mainstream.
So I want to ask you that, kind of a follow-up on what you said then. How popular, in your opinion, is she?
I think she's very popular. She has done things that nobody thought it was imaginable. There were guys before, Chuck Liddell in the beginning, because MMA was so new, crossed some barriers. But nowadays you don't see many people doing that. Ronda's actually pushing barriers down and she's just blasting right through them.
Now, all you guys would love to be a crossover athlete where you do this, and movies, and different things, and she's done that.
Yeah, she has. She's done a phenomenal job. She markets herself well. She does a phenomenal job. Yeah, but everybody would like to have something to fall back on after fighting.
And when you think of how, what was it, just 2 years ago when they really didn't want females in, I mean, it's like, it's just exploded, hasn't it, how that...
Yeah, it's unbelievable, but you have to have the right person, and Ronda was the right person. She was the person to usher in women's mixed martial arts into the UFC, and as you see, it's paid dividends, not only for her, but for the UFC itself.
Let me ask you now about your fight coming up Saturday. What's intriguing about it? What gets you excited about it?
Well, I mean, it's for the championship. You know, outside of everything else, it's the 2 best guys left in the division fighting for the championship. Anthony Johnson's shown that he's a knockout artist, and I've shown that I can compete with the best guys in the world. It's going to be a great fight.
Okay, appreciate it.
No problem.
Daniel, on most of the previews and highlights, they seem like they're breaking this down as you, the guy who needs to take him down to the ground, and him fighting it stand-up. Do you see that fight that way? Is that how people should view it in terms of the style of the fight?
I think people are oversimplifying it a little bit by just saying I have to take him down and he has to. No, he can win the fight in a number of ways, as I can too.
Right.
We don't have to. I don't have to take him down to win. I can fight him standing, and I believe I can still win the fight. Is there an easier way for each of us to win this fight? Yes.
Right.
Probably Anthony standing and me ground fighting, but that does not dictate how the fight will play out.
You know, you said in one of the embedded or one of the videos where you mentioned that if somebody told you were facing Johnson for a title, it should just give you the belt. Why do you feel so confident facing him that you would say make a statement like that? What is it about him?
Well, I mean, it's just that there are certain guys where you just believe that you should win the fight. I mean, honestly, I felt like that before my last fight too.
Right.
There's no difference. It's no knock on Anthony. You know, I just feel like if I was going to get a chance to fight for a championship, I was going to win. So just send me the title.
So is that just based on how you feel about yourself, or is there anything?
It's my confidence. It's nothing against Anthony. It's how I feel about myself.
Okay. How do you see the fight playing out on Saturday?
I think it's going to be a war. I think we're going to give him a show. It's going to me pressing forward, not allowing him to create space to get off those big power punches, taking him down, staying in his face, grinding him down, and hopefully winning him by decision, submission, it doesn't matter. I just want to get my hand raised.
Obviously, you were a heavyweight before, you're light heavyweight. How are the weight cuts for you? Do you see yourself staying in this weight division for a long time, or how do you see that playing out?
This is my weight class. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay at 205. I like fighting in this division. I feel good in this division, and it is my weight class, so I'm not going anywhere. The weight cuts are always tough. No weight cuts are easy.
Right.
But I'm staying in this weight. I like it.
You know, obviously with Rumble, you know, we've seen him knocking out people more frequently now. Do you see a difference, or is it just a matter of the opposition? Has he gotten better in your view in the last 2 fights?
No, he's gotten much better. Not even in the last 2 fights, just over the course of his career.
Right. Okay.
Dude's phenomenal. He's big, he's strong, he's confident, he's a tough fighter. But that doesn't mean anything to me. I've got to do what I do well. And if I do that, I should be okay on Saturday night.
What do you think he's doing differently that is giving him that success? You see anything
I think
there?
more than anything, it's him finding his right weight division and just being confident and believing in himself and in his ability. He believes that he's as good as anyone in this division and showing in his performances.
Okay. Now, obviously, you're a commentator. We have a great card. Break down the middleweight fight. Obviously, a great fight. How do you see that one playing out?
Unbelievable fight. Vitor Belfort has shown an ability to come back and perform, and Vitor has risen in the face of adversity on so many different occasions that you can never count the guy out. But he's up against it this time. I think the world of Chris Weidman. I think Chris Weidman is just as good as they come, and I believe Weidman gets the job done. Just too well-rounded, too big, too strong. He's just too much experience. He's just too good. I think at the end of the day, he's just too good to actually lose. He could lose, but I'm saying, and if I made a prediction, I'd pick Chris Weidman.
Last question for me. Obviously, since your fight with John Jones, he's had all these kind of troubles. How do you see his career playing out? Do you think we'll see him back in the cage at some point?
You know what, man? I'm just gonna worry about Anthony Johnson. I'm not gonna answer questions about John Jones. So, you know, I'm just gonna worry about Anthony Johnson.
Okay. And last message for all your fans that are gonna be watching this interview.
Thank you guys for the support, man. I promise not to let you guys down this time. I got it.
Thank you.
How does it feel for you?